One thing both science and religion agree is that both of them believe that there's something beyond that we know now. And we want to know more, and we want to take more, even in religion and science too. So knowing that there is something more than what we can see and we will know, we can know now, and we try to go deeper into the knowledge. If the religious people go into mystical experience, and scientists go into more searching of whatever there is to be found, then at least we find some common ground that actually not everything we know is there. We still do. There is something more that we need to know. So we cannot close our mind. Okay, the way this it is. I don't need the other things. I think it is not either or, but both and and we try to discover both. In that way, there is possibility for the religious people to study science, and scientists can study religion and try to also explore religion. There should not be a dichotomy between the two. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't know anything about science and only know a little bit about religion, so mainly I grew up in locally Montgomery County, and I spent a lot of my time arguing because I thought I had to be right. Like I was kind of embattled when I went to high school. I was like the only Republican and the only Christian amongst my whole crew of role-playing game goths, and it was just a nightmare. And so like I had to get used to just fighting it out conversationally all the time, and it took a while to drop. I still haven't dropped those habits, but it took a while to kind of like learn how to fight against the desire to battle it out. But a big part of it is that I think a great place to start for friends who might be on different sides of the issue is, are we not all looking for truth? Are we not interested? I mean, as Christians, we remember the gospel when Christ calls himself the truth, and we also so we know that God is truth. That is the God that we worship.
And it's a capital T, truth, and
right.
Encompassing truth.
Right. I mean, the whole body of all things that are true that could ever be discovered, not just the things that have so far been discovered, and beyond that as well, to things that we will never be able to comprehend, and yet they still exist and are still true. And you know, it's impossible. I think it's a real pitfall to allow one's worldview and philosophy to become so brittle that you've attached your personal identity to this list of things that you somehow feel that you must believe in order to be who you are. But that's too brittle. If somebody attacks it correctly and hits something you haven't thought of and it starts to break, then I've seen people completely lose faith. I've seen people start adopting paranoid fantasies, and I mean, anything can happen when your belief system starts to crack because you haven't allowed for the idea that you might not know anything. And just within science, we see different branches of science that use different tools that are all accurate to measure things, and they come up with different results. The most obvious example is my understanding of how the age of stars is determined is using a redshift calculation of some sort, which will sometimes give you an age for stars that is actually older than the universe, according to some other measurement that I don't understand. But if that's possible within tools that we